Hey, this is Drew. Thank you for coming out to see my product today. I hope you find it very informative and very engaging, and I will see you when it's done. Thank you.
Cozy Watkins, and I'm a teacher at Providence. I also have 40 years of nursing experience prior to coming to Providence. The new technologies, having the diagnostic tests, having the doctors. Now, these are specialists, Drew. These are not just the general practitioners. You've got an orthopedic surgeon that is going to view your leg. You've got a radiologist now that is going to view the x-rays. They now are going to converse together, and all of those encounters the patient pays for. Either your insurance or you pay out of pocket or even Medicare. So it could be a very costly and a very time consuming injury.
Well, we see knee injuries quite often because knee injuries are common in a whole wide range of sports. They're not just limited to one or two particular sports. We see knee injuries in basketball, football, wrestling, soccer, baseball, track. And some of the injuries that we see, knee injuries that we see for track and cross country, are more of the overuse or chronic injuries, the patellar tendonitis, the chondromalacia patella, things of that nature, which are less serious, but sometimes can be almost as debilitating as more serious injuries. And we see those quite often, and then we see in some of our contact sports, football, basketball, soccer, we see more of the knee sprains, the ACL tears, the meniscus tears, and injuries that are a little more serious and sometimes require surgical intervention. Well, anytime we're rehabbing an injury, first of all, it depends on the severity of the injury. It depends on whether or not there was surgical intervention that was needed. If it's a post-surgical rehab, you're working with the physician, the surgeon, based on his or her protocol. And the first thing is going to be just restoring range of motion, getting that range of motion back, and then moving on into strengthening, and then regaining the power in that extremity. So it depends on the injury that will really dictate the rehabilitative process. We always suggest to athletes that they keep the lower extremity as strong and as flexible as possible, including strengthen the hip flexors, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the gastroc muscles, that we keep a good, strong, flexible lower.
Absolutely. One of the easiest is walking from, instead of just walking straight, you can get the rubber bands with the lighter tension or even stronger tension. And instead of walking straight, you will walk side by side. You will then stretch the rubber bands out and then walk over. Stretch it out and walk over. This now builds those ligaments going up and down the side of the knee, which will support that knee over time.
For female athletes, research tells us that young ladies are as much as 7 times more likely to injure their ACLs as are males, for various reasons. So for female athletes, there are ACL preventative programs that can be done that combine plyometrics, strength training, and different techniques that they can use during their sports season that will hopefully help.
Tore my PCL.
I injured my MCL. It's in my knee. It's on the inner part.
Well, I tore my meniscus, which is some cartilage in your knee. It's the cartilage in between the two joints that connects your knee. I was playing lacrosse, championship polar bear game, 5 minutes left, got tripped up, and I tweaked my leg.
I believe I injured it during track season or football season workouts.
Yes. Was it like an overtime, or was it just a sudden moment that you injured it, like a
Yeah, it
certain
was
thing?
over time. My doctor said I should not play football this season.
Well, it was over the summer. I was playing in a lacrosse tournament, and I ran out to get the ball, and so I got tripped up in someone's stick, and my foot planted in like going this way, and my momentum was carrying me forward, and that's what tore my meniscus.
Physical therapy and being off my leg for a couple months.
I got an MRI, and then that's when they found out I tore my meniscus, and then they scheduled arthroscopic surgery, like a few weeks later, and I had that.
Afterwards?
Yeah, I was on crutches for 8 weeks after that, with no weight bearing, and then they slowly had me putting weight on it, and then they scheduled me for therapy twice a week, and I'm still doing that, and it's been like 3 months since the surgery.
We did a lot of squats, worked on the treadmill, lunges, bunch of leg workouts to pretty much just build up my quad
Mm-hmm.
to help support my knee.
Yeah, it does. Whenever I go running, I just started running a few like last week, and I can still feel it. And when I work out, like when I do squats, I still feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And then at night, it stiffens up, and then in the morning I have to stretch it and stuff.
Yeah, when I bend it too far and use it too much, I can feel it right in here.
Yeah.